Sip the truth, spit the hype, light the fuse and make it toast. We're calling out the nonsense on the health hype roast. Roast it, toast it, if it's rubbish we expose it. Gut gang riding, booch bottles coasting. Welcome to the health hype roast, kid, where your wellness gets slow cooked in motion.
Hello and welcome back to the Health Hype Roast. Today, we are tackling a topic that has taken over the longevity space. If you follow any biohackers online, you've no doubt seen these three letters everywhere. NMN. No, not the rapper. People are calling it the fountain of youth in a pill, and the market is already reflecting that energy, man. As of 2026, the NMN economy is booming, with projections showing it's going to hit 1.5 billion globally very soon. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, clinical nutritionist, James Ellis. James, I've seen influencers claiming this is the god molecule for aging. Let's get into what is actually going on here. First question, man. Strip back all the marketing speak and tell us exactly what this is.
Well, it's interesting you talk about marketing speak, Kev, because just before we started recording this, I had an ad served to my phone that is calling it the grey hair killer. Elevate your energy, enhance sleep, increase stamina with just one NMN capsule daily.
That's wild.
It's incredible, isn't it?
That was an ad
that's an ad that came through just as we're sat here ready to record this. So what is it? So it stands for, I'm going to get you to pronounce this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a go. And then everybody at home, see if you can do this better. Okay, so NMN stands for Nicotinamide Mononucleotide.
Okay, so it's nicotinamide mononucleotide.
Oh, sounds close.
Yeah, you're very close, yeah. So it's a naturally occurring molecule. Your body actually makes it from recycling byproducts of other different functions, and usually one of the main things that it uses is a byproduct of vitamin B3 use. So you need NMN to help with another substance, which is coenzyme, NAD+. NAD+ is linked to energy, it's linked to metabolism, it's linked to various anti-aging processes, cell repair. And so the theory is, as you get older, NMN production naturally drops, NAD+ production naturally drops. So if you supplement NMN, can you naturally boost NAD+ and therefore help with anti-aging? So that is the question that is being asked. But it's quite a big marketing claim, right? To go from sort of like, I can take a pill that produces this to this happening. It's a bit like trying to get Evel Knievel to jump the Grand Canyon on a moped. It's really, really difficult to go from one thing to the other without it seeming impossible.
And the thing as well is, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, because it's like, it is true that our levels of fuel naturally fall off a cliff as we hit middle age, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and this is the thing when it comes to a lot of these fountain of youth in a pill claims and new things hitting the market, and what you see across social media is that it doesn't prey, but it targets this inherent fear that everybody has of getting older in Western society, and especially in the US and the UK.
Well, when you look at the marketing, that's exactly what it's trying to push, right? So I'm a 58-year-old man. Grey hair is something that happens when you get to this age. So being served an ad that says banish grey hair with a pill is quite appealing.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't use a hair dye, but but if you can banish it with a pill, why not? If you can get younger just by taking a pill, most people are going to be seduced by that kind of language.
Absolutely, and you can save a fortune on turkey teeth and going to Turkey and stuff.
Well,
if this pill actually works.
If it could do some of the claims it can, but obviously it's a real challenge, right? And there's no doubt that NMN does help increase levels of NAD+. That is
there's
one
way
of the
too many abbreviations.
There are too many abbreviations, to make it actually palatable for people.
I mean, for me, so what we'll do is, so that's what it is in a nutshell. I've basically took a note of like a lot of claims that I've seen on social media. I'm going to hit you with them one by one, and I want you to tell me if this is legit or not. Because for me, this has just come out of nowhere. Like, this has come out of nowhere. The hype machine is in full flow on this one. And some of the videos you're seeing, it is like limitless. Again, like all these pills, like, right, so claim one for you, James. Here we go. The first claim that I've seen is it can literally reverse your biological age and make cells act decades younger. That's one of the claims.
Well, I mean, it's a huge, huge stretch. And one of the reasons this has taken off recently is biohackers have been talking about it for ages, but the FDA in America wouldn't approve it for many, many years. It's only a couple of years ago that it's actually been green lit by the regulatory authorities in the States to actually be used. You know, it's really key that whatever the claims you have that you might be able to throw at me, I'm going to throw back with a really, really simple thing. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So being able to actually turn your biological clock back, no.
Okay, so just on this, because you can bring all the technical terms into this, because you see a lot of biohackers saying, hey, all these videos, cheesy videos, skin glowing, everything, and they're driving along, and they're like, hey, I'm 60 years old, but my biological age is 35. So when you say, and because that's what the claim is, isn't it? It's like you can reverse your biological age and make cells act decades younger. What's the difference?
So I'll tell you how else you can reduce your biological age. Eat better and exercise.
So you can. So this is what I just wanted to get clarity. So you can.
You're talking about really sort of like metabolic age, yeah? So it's not actually reversing your age. You're not stopping yourself from being 72. Your body might just be processing food better than your average 72-year-old. But you're actually not reducing your biological age. You know, this is not a Benjamin Button style drug that you can take and start aging backwards. It doesn't work like that. So people are actually being quite cute with the truth with a lot of the marketing. There is some fledgling research into what it can do. It can help with things like insulin resistance. It can help with fatigue potentially. It can help with your capacity to exercise better. But those kind of things, there aren't yet the trials there that show that these things happen. So at the moment, the fact that you can take something that boosts a substance and that reflects 20 years down the line that you've lived 20 years longer, nobody knows whether that's going to be true or not because we haven't had it around for that long to actually test it. So there's some promising research there, but the most promising research comes in the labs with mice tests.
Just on this, because while it's in my head, because you said something and it is so true. It's like they're being really cute with this because that you see it used interchangeably. And I think people are unconsciously incompetent and they don't realize the difference between metabolic age and biological age. And they're actually just saying that, hey, I'm 60, but my biological age is 35. That's not actually true, is it?
Well, your age is your age.
Exactly. This is what I mean. But everybody will relate to what I'm saying now. They see these ads and all the biohackers, they use biological age, but it's not.
Well, it's another form of marketing speak to try and make things sound better than what they might actually be.
So metabolic rate, because the thing is, I don't want to poo-poo metabolic age because there's real science behind that. So what is the difference? What does metabolic age mean versus biological age?
Metabolic age would be how your body is actually processing the functions that it does. So how is it acting metabolically? And these things would always be reflected against what would be happening by a general population. So basically, when you say that, you know, your body's acting like the body of a 50-year-old, but I'm 72, what you're actually saying is that, you know, my actual age is the same, but my body functions a little bit better. It doesn't mean that you're either knocking age off your current age or you're adding age on at the other end.
See, that's interesting because what you said there, a lot of people do genuinely believe it's the longevity. It's like they are knocking years off.
So there are ways to actually affect your longevity, but they're the really boring ones that nobody wants to do.
Go on, hit us with 5. Go on.
Well,
Don't say gut health.
Eat better.
Gut health.
Gut health.
Gut health, yeah.
Gut health.
Diet.
Eat better. Have more fiber. Cook from scratch. Reduce stress. Improve your sleep. Go to the gym. Lift some weights. Do some cardiovascular exercise. It's all the boring stuff that nobody wants to do. Everybody wants a pill that will switch things over. But what people aren't looking at is that it's a hard work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it, right? And most of these guys are talking about, well, yeah, I've taken this and it's reduced this age by that age, whatever the scientific sort of like calculation they're using to work on that. What they aren't telling you is that they're actually doing the boring shit as well. Yeah. So if you're doing the boring shit, then you are going to live longer. You are going to live a healthier life, all things being equal.
It reminds me of that. Do you remember the Cristiano Ronaldo interview with Piers Morgan? And Piers Morgan asks him, okay, so how do you do it? How are you at 40 years old, like looking like this, still the leading goal scorer wherever you go, like the time Man United still do it in the Prem at 40 when everybody says you can't do it in this league at that age. And he actually gave that answer. He said, listen, I've showed people, I've told people what to do, but people don't want to do it. Because it's hard work and discipline and consistency. I get up, I do my gym, I eat right. When people go out, I don't go out. And he just said it's hard work. But I've told everybody how to do it. They can also do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But people don't.
And so NMN, just to put it into a nutshell, it is not complete fallacy that it can increase NAD+, which could have an effect on your long-term health. But what there isn't the research that proves that long-term, that is going to actually increase your age. And therefore, the marketing claims of what people are talking about is far outstripping what actually happens. Most of the science that's been done so far, most of the research has been done on lab mice that are genetically predisposed to be in a certain way, to all be absolutely the same, to operate in the same way, to be in a temperature-controlled environment, to have the same diet, to have as little stress as possible. That is very different to Bob from Bradford, who's got a wife, got a mortgage, got a kid, kids working 60 hours a week, got parents who are getting older that are adding stress into their life because they're worried about them, who's not exercising, who's not got a great diet. Bob from Bradford is very different to a white mouse in a lab. And so trying to extrapolate from one to the other, to me, it's mind-blowing that you can actually make those claims until you've actually been through that process of actually seeing how this pans out long-term.
Absolutely.
So could it help? Yeah, potentially. But does the boring stuff still needs to be done? Absolutely.
Exactly. So what we're saying is claim one, when it says the claim is it can literally reverse your biological age and make cells act decades younger, that is just...
Well, it's an exaggeration of what it actually does, right? We know that NAD is important for cell regeneration. NAD+ is important for cell regeneration. We know that NMN can influence NAD+ production. But it's a long way to go from that simple biological link to a claim that it's going to actually reduce your age and make you start getting younger or live much longer.
Okay, Tom, let's move on to claim two. It's a metabolic supercharger that clears brain fog and melts body fat.
Well, I mean, just reading it out, it sounds ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
how many other...
But people get suckered into
Yeah, but how many other things can you read about any other... the latest miracle fad that people are going through that is not going to say exactly the same thing?
Listen, it's on social media. It must be true, right?
Yeah. I mean...
I'm joking. Right, claim three. Okay, so claim three. This is the other one. And the words and the language, like, you think I'm like making it sound ridiculous just for effect. No, this is the words and language that people are using. So the third claim, and I'll stop here, it provides superhero-like recovery for athletes.
I mean, if only.
Yeah.
Why is everybody not taking it then, would be my question there. Anything that claims, if the claims sound too good to be true, they probably are.
Right, okay. That's the 3 claims. So say I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. I've listened to all the hype train. I'm going to give it a go because why not? I like to treat myself like a petri dish, as you know. So for me, is this a supplement for everyone, first off?
100% no. Sort out all the other stuff first and then look at what you're doing. But we'd say that for anything, right? We'd say that for a protein powder or anything else. Make sure that your lifestyle is in the absolute optimum you can get it. And then use supplements as exactly that, a supplementation to add something. If you don't want to experiment with it, you can get it in pills or capsule form. The dose is something like 250 milligrams per day is what they're suggesting. Give it a go. It might work for you. But will it suddenly melt away body fat? Will it suddenly turn you into an athlete who's got superpowers of recovery? Is it going to turn my grey hair black?
What was your original hair colour?
Mousy, shitty brown.
I'll tell you what, if it did turn it black, that'd be pretty impressive.
That'd be pretty good,
yeah, that'd be really good. Okay, cool. So, just to wrap this part up, if a healthy 20-year-old is taking this, are they just creating expensive urine to coin your phrase?
So the expensive urine to me is at 20 years old, you shouldn't be taking NMN for me. I just don't see why you would. At 20 years old, your body is acting metabolically better than at any other time in your life. Yeah. Providing you're doing the basics right. And even if you've
according to the biohackers,
even if you've got a crappy lifestyle,
it still works, doesn't it? Better.
Yeah. It's working better than ever because that is how nature intends us to be.
Okay. So we're at the stage of the podcast where we do the hype check. Is it real or is it going to get roasted? Now, you've already said that much of the miracle data is based on mice rather than actual humans, so we've covered that part. But you did mention something earlier, and it's like, so what's the deal with the FDA and the regulatory, like, as we call it, Wild West? Because did you say it's just been approved 2 years ago?
I think it might have been 2025.
It was approved.
Yeah, 2024.
So on what ground was it approved on? If it's like it's not a fully non-syndrome, but what?
I actually don't know what the actual grounds were for it being banned previously, but there was a big swell of people trying to get it regulated,
right?
And they wouldn't regulate. They wouldn't regulate it. And even now, there's some claims that some capsules on the market, allegedly NMN, don't actually contain as much as what they contain, but that's because the supplement market's not regulated anyway.
Yeah. Well, as we know, it's the Wild West.
Well, it's very badly regulated.
Yeah. Okay. So, if anybody should be taking this supplement, who should be taking it? Or is it just that you shouldn't be taking it?
Well, I'd never say don't try anything. It's not up to me to tell people what to do. I would say, if you think you've got yourself to a stage whereby you're eating well, and by well, I mean well, like 85, 90% of the time, you've reduced your alcohol intake, you've reduced your stress as much as you can, you've improved your sleep as much as you can, you're working out a couple of times a week, you're making sure that you rest and recover well. If you've got all those things in place and you want to give it a go, give it a go. If none of those other things are in place, I really can't see the point in it. Then you are just creating expensive urine. Yeah, because what's the point in trying to biohack a system that is you're already screwing in another way?
Malfunctioning anyway.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying there's not promising research out there. Maybe in 10 years' time I'll be proved wrong. But right now, the research is certainly not. The claims are far outstripping the research into it.
And there we go. I think we should wrap this one up. And the bottom line is, and this is my summary of it, just jump in if it's wrong. NMN, it has some fascinating science behind it, but it's not a shortcut for a broken lifestyle.
Absolutely. Right to mean rap.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So to summarize it, if you can't get the basics right, a capsule isn't going to save you. James, as always, thanks for keeping us and me grounded. Stay informed, everyone.
Cheers, bud.
Boom. Done.
Sip the truth, spit the hype, light the fuse and make it toast. We're calling out the nonsense on the health hype roast. Roast it, toast it, if it's rubbish we expose it. Gut gang riding, booch bottles coasting. Welcome to the health hype roast, kid, where your wellness gets slow cooked in motion. Cold plunges, detox teas, everyone's a wellness ghost. But we don't buy the nonsense on the health hype roast. Facts over fads, mate, we're serving up the truth the most. Pull up a chair and sip along, we're raising gut health toast. Roast it, toast it, if it's rubbish we expose it. Gut gang riding, boots, bottles coasting. Welcome to the health hype roast, kid, where your wellness gets slow cooked in motion. From Mr. Miracle Cures, every claim gets diagnosed. We slice through all the bull on the health hype roast. So bring your trends and TikTok hacks, we'll serve them hot, not toast. If it ain't real, it's getting grilled, consider that hype ghosted. Roast it, toast it, if it's rubbish we expose